So zooming into the Reddit Community Points dashboard specifically, here's a rough overview of the architecture of what we built. So we have the web UI, which organizes and provides access to essentially the Multibass API, the REST API. And through Multibass, we're able to read data from the blockchain. We're able to write data to the blockchain in the form of either ETH transfers or interactions with smart contracts. We are able to sign transactions programmatically using our enterprise HSM wallet feature, which basically you can think of as a cloud wallet, a cloud signer. So instead of having to manually sign transactions using a Python script or using MetaMask, we can do this securely through interacting with the Multibass REST API. So you have your API keys to access the endpoint, and you are able to request the enterprise HSM wallet to sign and submit transactions on your behalf, which really opens the door to building decentralized applications and integrating existing software solutions with the blockchain. We'll go into further detail during our fireside chat. And so Multibass basically sits between your decentralized application, in this case, the Reddit dashboard, and the blockchain. So instead of interacting directly with the blockchain through, let's say, Web3.js, Multibass offers a REST API, so post JSON and get JSON back to interact with the blockchain. And the advantage of this is that, every software engineer knows what the REST API is, right? Every software engineer has at least a good understanding of how to interact with another application through REST API. So this really cuts out a lot of the middlemen required between your decentralized application and the blockchain. And so what we built for this great scaling bake-off for Reddit in conjunction with the OMG Network team is an authenticated DApp, so login, 2FA, role-based access control API keys. And this DApp bridges the gap between the Ethereum and OMG networks. So now instead of interacting with two different blockchain nodes, you have a single interface for interacting with the blockchain. And as you might imagine, this allows us to integrate with the blockchain much faster, since there's only a single point of integration, which is Multibass. And this Reddit dashboard complements the Community Points Engine Chrome browser extension, which you might have heard of separately, which allows users to transfer their community points. But what our dashboard focuses on is allowing subreddit moderators to create and distribute community points to the users of the subreddit. So let's dive into not so live demo, unfortunately. We were hoping to do this live on Robston, but as some of you might be aware, or Robston rather, is having some issues at the moment. I think they might even be having some kind of forking issue. So instead of doing a live demo on Robston, I'll just be talking through the steps required, the steps that I would have done normally. So let me share my screen here. Pardon me while I find the correct tab. I believe this should be it. Okay, great. Looking good. Okay, so yeah, here we are at the Reddit Community Points dashboard. Yes, thank you, Jake. Indeed, Robson is behind schedule. Yeah, so here we have the community points dashboard for Reddit. And I should first mention that everything's wrapped behind login, right? Pardon me. There we are. And let me just fix my network so we'll connect to Robston. And there we are. So this is the front page of the dashboard. And this provides essentially all the functionality required for day-to-day interactions with the community point smart contracts, as would be required by the subreddit moderators. So at the top, we have the specific subreddit distribution contract that we'd be interacting with. You can see I was playing around with it earlier, but these are the two official distribution contracts. And below we have the methods, essentially the actions that moderators would perform in order to mint new points and distribute these points on the OMG network. And we support single address. You can add addresses individually, or you can add multiple recipients. So do bulk distribution by specifying a list of addresses and the amount of subreddit point tokens you wish to give each one. But this dashboard is really just an abstraction of the interaction with the blockchain you'd be having. This is a sort of convenience, a convenient view for how you'd interact with Ethereum and the OMG network for basic distribution of tokens. But deeper within multibas, under the advanced menu here, we have all the contracts, right? We have a full view into the distribution smart contract. So we can see the state variables, the global state variables on top, the events, and the methods for interacting with the smart contract.